Okay, Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Let's start. Let's start. Good. So let's start with the practice of soften the breathing first. Let's do mantra first. So, Ramaguya Namaskara, then mantra. Om Namo Bhagavate Narasimhaya Namaste Jaste Jase Aviravirpava Bhava Vajranaka Vajradamstra Karmasayan Randaya Randayatamo Grasa Grasa Om Swaham Abhayam Abhayamatmani Bujista Om Shraum Om. Inhale, let's start with the Surya Namaskara, Marido. Inhale, breathe to the sides, Purnaha. Exhale, Namaskara. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, arms up, open chest, lengthen sides. And then exhale, Uttanasana. Keep the legs active, kneecaps up. Then right foot steps back, right knee down, arms up, Ashwasana Chalasana. Lengthen space between groins, left outer groin a little bit back. And then hands down, Kumbhakasana, hold the breathing. Exhale, knees, chest, and chin down. Ashtanga Namaskara. Inhale. Bhujangasana. Exhale. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Then hold to the sthiti and the down dog. Upper arms rotate out. One straight. Start with the breathing, Purnaha and Samanya Vedana. Rectangle shape breathing. Equal breath. Good. And then we take care of that alignment, especially around the upper body, to focus on the shoulder. Okay, so the rotation of the upper arms out, doing it, but also engaging the back edge of the armpit muscle, serratus, so that we a little bit relieve the weight, the pressure on the shoulders. Establishing breathing in that those two alambanas first, Purnaha and Samaniya. And then inhale, step right foot forward, left knee down, arms up, Ashwasana Chalasana. Kick the left foot back and rotate left front thigh in. Exhale, Uttanasana, step forward, bend forward, keep the sides long. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, arms up, open chest. Exhale, Namaste. Inhale. Exhale, palms together, Namaskara. Urdhva Hastasana, inhale. Put tailbone down, inner cords back, exhale, Uttanasana, bend forward. Then left foot steps back, knee down, arms up, Ashwasana Chalasana. Right inner knee moves a little bit forward. Yes, shoulder blades down. And then hold the breathing, Antara Kumbhakaha. Kumbhakasana, exhale, Ashtanga Namaskara. A little bit open in chest. Inhale. Bhujangasana, looking up in between eyebrows, Primadhya. Exhale. Adho Mukha Svanasana, lift the cords. Good. Once again in the down dog, we take this also at the itself, the sthiti, as the warm up also. Through the breathing, now we can include the Ujjayi, Uttamakanta, to help that heating part. So Uttamakanta, top edge of the throat, creating the restriction for the breathing. And Vishuddhivakya, we keep the sound vibration, the resonation at the center of the throat, focusing on the sound of the Ujjayi. Keeping the legs active, engage the quadriceps, kneecaps up, front thighs towards the thigh bone. Good. And then inhale, left foot forward, right knee down. Ashwasana Chalasana. Step strongly with the left inner knee down towards inner heel. Exhale, Uttanasana. Step forward, bend forward, inner groins back, inhale. Arms up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Namaste. And again, inhale. Exhale, Namaskara. Urdhva Hastasana, inhale, a little bit back bend, but keeping lower abs active. Exhale, Uttanasana, bend forward. Right foot back, knee down, arms up, Ashwasana Chalasana. Right side of the Uddiyana is half. Energetic compression on the right side, lower abs. Then hold the breathing. Kumbhakasana, upper arms rotate out. Exhale, knees, chest, and chin down, keeping elbows in. Inner hand down, inhale. Bhujangasana, rotate back of the thighs out. Exhale. Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Lift the groin and press down with the backside of the heels a little bit also. Backside of the heels down. Then through the center of the heel, try to find the connection to the perineum. Create that support for the Mula Bandha Ha. Lift perineum up. Towards crown of the head and from sides to center, compress that vertical line. Energetic compression. Breathing is still there with these three alambanas for now. Purnaha, Chatara Vedana, there's Samanya Vedana and the Paridristu, rectangle shaped breath, and then Ujjayi, Uttamakanta Kriya. Inhale, right foot forward, left knee down. Arms up, Ashwasanchalasana. Try to relieve the weight of the left knee by pressing left foot down, keeping the left dorsal side of the foot down. Exhale. Uttanasana, step forward, bend forward. Inhale. Urdhva-hasta, lengthen sides. Exhale. Samastiti. Inhale. Exhale, Namaskara. Urdhva-hastasana, inhale, open chest. Keep shoulder blades down, and then exhale, Uttanasana. Weight of the body in the center of the foot. The left foot back, knee down. Arms up, Vajrasanchala. Then hold the breathing. Pressing your heels back. Exhale, Ashtanga Namaskara. Tailbone down. Inhale. Bhujangasana. Good. Look up. And then exhale. Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Down. Energetically, there's Udvritti Vedana. So, with the inhalation, energetic movement from the breathing goes up through the front side, down through the back side with the exhale. Between perineum and center of throat. Roots of index fingers down. Press the inner hand down and forward. And use that as the base to first bring the shoulder blades down. And then also keep sending front thighs back. So it supports. Inhale, left foot forward, right knee down. Arms up, Vajrasanchala. Back edge of the armpit up towards the pinky. Inner shoulder blades down. Exhale. Uttanasana, bend forward. Inhale. Urdhva-hastasana. Arms up, exhale. Samastiti. And then Madhya. Arms up, inhale. Exhale, Uttanasana. Bend forward. Halfway up, inhale, open chest. And then exhale. Taper, jump back, and then down, Chaturanga. Roll shoulders back, look up. If you can knees off the ground, yes, Urdhva Mukha. This time exhale. Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Keep the hands open, so palms open. Expand the fingers, you spread the toes. Good. Inner knees moving up towards inner groin. That's a physical action. So engage the quadriceps and engage the inner thigh. And then pressing through the inner thighs, pressing out towards the outer thighs. Good. Surya Bandha is Ta, energetic expansion of the lower abdominal region. Crown of the head moving forward still, in between the thumbs. And 5, inhale. Look in between hands, step or jump forward, halfway up. Let's exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, Urdhva. Hastasana, palms up, shoulder blades down. Exhale, Samastiti. Let's go again, inhale, arms up. Urdhva-hastasana. Exhale, bend forward and down. Uttanasana, sides long. Then halfway up, lengthen front side up. Exhale, Chaturanga. Step or jump back and down. Chaturanga. Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Keep the inner hand down, yes. Exhale, Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Good, yes, and take the vinyasa slowly. Yes, like that. With the Ashtanga Namaskar if needed. Keeping the weight a little bit more on the back side. So that's also option. Here in the down dog, you can micro bend the knees a little bit so that the weight goes slightly more in the legs. Try to focus more on pressing back edge of the heel down, that kanista parsni down. Good. At the same time that the front thighs rotate in, calf muscles rotate in. See how that releases tension of the knee joint. Creates a nice support there. Good. Inhale, step or jump forward, halfway up. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, arms up. Exhale, Samasthiti. Good. Bend the knees, inhale. Utkatasana. Exhale, bend forward. Halfway up, inhale. And then exhaling, stepping up, jump back. Chaturanga or Ashtanga Namaskara. Inhale, keeping their hand down, also rotate upper arms out. Exhale, Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Good. Then left heel turns inwards to the center, right foot in between the hands, Trikonasana. Yes, for the vinyasa. And then exhaling, hands down, Chaturanga. Inhale, look up, open chest. Yes. Exhale, Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Then right heel in, left foot in between the hands, and then Trikonasana, straighten legs, lengthen left side of the torso. And exhale, move down slowly, in the action, a little bit more on the core. Hands are there for the support on the exhale, Ardha Mukha Svanasana. And then when there's this rotation out of the arms, try to focus more on that package of armpit muscles so that it releases the tension. Even if there's rotation outwards, try to do it, in your case, a little bit more through that lower shoulder blade muscles and package of armpit muscles. Serratus major. Good. Keep pressing front thighs back. Let it press down with the hands. Expand the trapezius. And then inhale. Step or jump forward. Halfway up. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, Utkatasana, bend the knees, arms up. And then exhale, Samasthiti. Good. Then feet hip width apart. And then lift the heels and arms parallel to the ground. Exhale, bend the knees, Vipada Vrikshasana. Yes, front thighs rotating. A little bit relax the arms themselves. Palms are expanded, but the elbows micro bend so that the shoulders are relaxed. And then work with that extension of the trapezius, like pulling them down and out. Engage the lower inner shoulder blades in. So the awareness goes there. There to start working around the shoulders. There is engaging the floating ribs, also on the front side of the rib cage. Engage from front to back. Pressing ball of the big toe down. Engage the calf. Lift the outer heel up. Good. Inhale, straighten legs. Exhale, heels down, arms down, and Samasthiti. Good. Then right inner knee points out. Right foot against the calf or against the thigh. Careful with the knee. Rotate front thighs out. Especially right front thigh out. Relax the inner knee. Inhaling, arms to the sides. Stretch the arms to the side. Exhale if you can. Parshrakapada Vrikshasana, slight side bend to the right. Yes, keep rotating left front thigh out as well. Near the hip joint and without locking the left knee. The leg is straight, so it's more internal work to micro bend the left knee. It still looks straight, but it's not locked. Good. Engage physically that left gluteus, the outer gluteus, towards the center. The rib pressing down towards the inner heel. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, Samasthiti. So most of the work here in the balancing group through that area element, the muscles and bones, structural part of the body. Left inner knee points out. Keep the right hip in, then left foot against the thigh or calf, and press against each other. So left foot against the right thigh against the foot. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, side bend to the left. As you side bend, press physically a little bit more with that right outer gluteus. Engage it. The outer corner of the right sitting bone moves towards the right inner heel. Pubis up towards the navel. Elbow down. inner shoulder blades away from each other. Keep the pelvis open, so that's where the rotation of the thighs outwards is working. And at the same time, the top edge of the pubis towards the navel. So it's two actions, expanding pelvis from center to side and from center up, compressing. Inhale, slowly up. Then exhale, release samastiti. Good. And then right knee up, hold the right shin. Yes, stay here, open the chest. Try to bring the thigh close to the chest open. If you can bring the right arm around the shin, but careful also with the shoulder without forcing the shoulder joint. Trying to work more with the hip, right hip, rotating right back of the thigh a little bit in first, and then gradually, once the grip is there, we can start rotating it slightly out. Keep the right outer groin down. Yes. Good. Lengthen the right side of the torso, so between the right hip, right floating with the space. Then exhale, release. Samastiti. Both feet down, press the heels and feel the reflection on the perineum. And then only the right side, so keep pressing right heel down to focus on that support. Left knee up. Then there's chance to do the bind if there's space. Good. Right inner arch of the foot moving up. So slight compression there on the inner foot, while the rest of the entire foot, the sole of the foot is expanding. Energetic compression on the right inner foot. Ball of feet to inner heel. Compress. Antara is lifting. Good. Exhale. Release. And let's go a little bit forward then. Hands on the hips, inhale. Step or jump out. Exhale. Bend forward from there and then hold the big toes. Parangustasana. Open chest, look up. Exhale, inner elbows point out. Bend forward. Pull from the toes and press with the toes. With your fingers, you pull up. With your toes, you press down. As you're doing this, try to focus on that grip so that we work around the shoulders again. So the grip itself is engaging the forearm, also engage the biceps to pull out and relax a little bit the shoulders. Maybe just rotate them out, keep them away from the ears, but then work once again with the back edge of armpit, that latissimus. Try to compress the lower inner shoulder blades. Good. Liquid should move down through the spine. When you press the back edge of the armpit muscles in towards the center, then liquids down through the spine towards the sacrum. On the lower body, engage the legs, kneecaps up, and then from the upper sacrum towards the lower sternum, sajam. Lean your sacrum forward, the upper sacrum forward. Good. Inhale, open chest. Exhale, hold. And hands on the hips, come up, inhale. And then exhale, samastiti. Feet together. Normalizing through the samastiti every time. Then fingers together, inhale. Exhale, step or jump out. Good. Hands on the hips, look up. Exhale, bend forward. You can bring the hands down or again, hold the big toes now. Parangusta, Prasarita Paduttanasana, look up. Then exhaling slowly down. So similar grip here on the big toes. Now you can press that second phalange of the index and middle fingers down as support, and work with the biceps as well. Even though you're pulling up, you're also a little bit pressing in with the upper arms. The back edge of the armpit engaged again. Feel that if you find that muscle group on the back edge of armpit, you should feel that reflection on the trapezius also. It helps relax. Suddenly that work is not anymore on the shoulder girdle, but it's a little bit under, on the lower inner shoulder blades. Good. Lower inner and lower outer also. Open chest. Exhale, hold. Then hands on the hips, come up, inhale. And exhale. Samasthiti. Yeah. Good. Back of the armpits forward towards front edge of armpit. And then you can hold the opposite elbows. This is a little milder for the shoulder. Work on that movement of the back edge of the armpit forward towards the front edge, or Paschimana Namaskara, but without forcing the joints. Okay. Careful with the wrist and shoulders. And when you're ready, exhale, bend forward. Niralamba Uttanasana. Good. Now, again, working with the peripherals, rotating the forearms in, upper arms a little bit out, especially that back edge of armpit towards front edge of the armpit to work with the armpit action. And to support that upper body work, give the support from the lower body. Kneecaps up, upper sacrum in. Lower abdominals in and to the side. Inhale. Slowly up. Exhale. Samasthiti. And then let's do it through the Hatha Mridu Vinyasa. Fingers to the center, inhale. Exhale, step the right foot out towards the right side. And then right toes point to the back side of the mat, left toe slightly in. Trikonasana, side bend to the right. Keep the right heel in line with the left inner arch of the foot. So the feet are in the line this time. Yes, good. Put the front thighs out. Yes, keep the physical weight on the back foot, 50%, and then left outer heel pressing down and back. Stretch the mat back. Good. And on the right foot, it's a little bit different. Right inner foot is pressing down. Ball of big toe, inner heel pressing down and forward. So even though the right front thigh also rotates out, you still press in with the inner foot. Good. Breathe to the side and antar standby the Dika Vedana. Focus on that pause after the inhale. It helps when the awareness goes there and we use that Dika Vedana, supports the posture, supports the control of the posture. Inhale, slowly up. Then exhale, turn. Let's do the other side. Right toes in, left toes out. Exhaling. Uttita Trikonasana. Uttara. Otherwise the left side. Yes. Left upper arm rotate out. Yes. Left upper arm rotate out. Left side of the spine is moving forward towards front side of the torso. Right side a little bit back. Keep the tailbone down. Yes. And if you can, we start moving on that direction of the Mahabhutas as well. So we try to pick up where we left off. So that Mahabhuta Dharana. The Marma is Agneyi, one angula behind the navel, and that's inside the Chintayanti already. So see where you're at if you need to work on that first Sukshma Kriya Samanya through the Surya and try to get the mind, or the awareness rather, in that internal physical state. Inhale, come up. Let's do one more to the right. So left toes in, right toes out. Bend the right knee. Right forearm on the right thigh, sorry. Or you can gradually move towards the Parsva Konasana, right hand down. Yes. Good. And keeping the left outer heel down and back. And the left inner knee up towards the inner groin. Good. Right inner thigh moving forward. Knee down. So the observation of the fire element starts just first. So observing that how it manifests, the bodily temperature, for example. That's one state. Inhale, come up. And then change sides to the left. Same thing, forearm on the left thigh, or Uttita Parsva Konasana, keeping the right foot down. And also the weight more on the feet, on the legs, and the left arm just helping you open chest. Yes, left upper arm rotates out. Left outer going a little bit back. And use that as a support to lengthen left side of the torso, Niragni, expand. See how there's still muscular action, but the awareness moves towards that fire element part, which in the body refers to the heat. Temperature. Inhale, slowly up. Then fingers together. Exhale. Samastitihi. Back to the front. And then other side. Fingers together. Inhale. Exhale. Step the left foot to the side. So now we open up to the left. Yes, hands on the hips and turn to the front side of your mat, but adjust the feet. This time the feet are not hip width apart. Sorry, this time the feet are hip width apart, not in line. Okay, yes, pelvis forward. So right foot forward first. Right foot forward. Yes. Right foot in front. And then bend the right knee. Bend right knee, yes. Right knee, good. Left front thigh rotates in near the hip joint. That goes well if you can do that turning of the pelvis towards the front without the support of the hands. Then arms go up, Utthita Virabhadrasana. Go shoulder blades down. Relax the shoulders a little bit. Remember, we focus today on building the strength around the shoulders. So the shoulders themselves can be relaxed. You try to move them away from the base of the neck with the lower part of the shoulder blades, lower outer and back edge of armpit. Yes. Elbows can also stay a little bit bent to relax the shoulders. Build the strength on that back edge of the armpit and serratus, intercostals. Good. You can keep the arms up and look up to change sides or hands down on the hips and just adjust your feet, because remember that we have to keep that alignment. Hip width apart, feet hip width apart, and then bend your left knee. If your arms were down, you can gradually bring them back up. Yes, back edge of the armpit towards the pinkies. A little bit, send your right inner thigh back. Now, right inner thigh back, yes. Pressing the right outer heel down. And use the lower abdominals to help the posterior pelvic tilt. So lower abs are engaged. Bottom to up. So that the lower back can stay long, supported. Good. Right side of the spine forward, left side of the spine back. Focus on the movement of the body. So there's all kinds of actions, muscular actions, etc. But we focus on the movement itself. Inhale, come up. Then we go once again to the front side. You can hold the opposite elbows or Paschimana Namaskara into the Parsvottanasana. When you're ready, pelvis is facing forward, bend forward towards the right leg. Yes. Keep the weight on the back foot, 50% weight. If you can keep the right leg straight for the Parsvottanasana. Otherwise, the Kasana is also good. That's also Maria. So you can take the Maria posture that is available. Engage the left quadriceps, left inner thigh moving back, left inner knee moving up towards the inner groin. Good. Keep the space between right hip, right floating ribs, a little bit lower sternum up. Yeah, lower sternum up. Opening chest. Inhale, press the right inner heel down and come up. Exhale, change sides. So now turn back and left leg pointing forward. When you're ready, pelvis is facing forward. Exhale, bend down. Parsvottanasana. Good. Press your left inner heel down and forward to bring your left outer groin back. So that's the base. Left inner heel is the foundation to lengthen left side of the torso. Right front thigh rotating in near the hip joint supports the right side of the hip, closing in, facing forward. Good. Remember to lift the lower sternum up, away from the navel. Try to open the chest. Use the long back muscles, upper thoracic. Inhale. Come up. And then bend to the side. Fingertips together. Exhale. Samastitihi. Normalize here. Press the both heels down. And then fingers at the center of the chest. Inhale. Exhale. Step or jump up. Then hands on the hips. Look up. Open chest. Exhale. Bend forward. Hands down. Put the outer heels down. Both of the big toes down. And then left hand down on the center of the mat. center of, in line with the chest. And then with the right hand on the hip, twist towards the right. You can also bring the palm on the sacrum first, just to open the chest. Keep the spine straight, keep the spine long. Yes, good. So also taking care of the shoulder so that there is no tension there. We do most of the work with the abdominals. The arms and the shoulders are just supporting the openness of the chest. If it's there, the twist is at that stage that you can lift your right arm without tensing the neck, shoulders. You can do that. But remember to try to do the work more with the abdominals. Left side sacrum up, left lower abs from center to side expand. Okay. Create the space. You can do left side of the pubis towards the left outer groin. Exhale. Slowly release. Yes. So emphasizing more the work of the trunk or the twist. Then right hand on the center, left hand on the hip or on the sacrum. Slowly open chest towards the left without dropping your right side sacrum. So press the left outer heel down as a support, as a base to lift your right side sacrum up. Then left inner groin back. Left inner groin back also helps. Good. Right side of the neck is lengthening up towards the right ear. Left side of the neck from the base of the ear down towards left shoulder blade. Good. Inner groin is moving back. Knees micro bend. With whole foot down. Exhale. Right, left hand down. Hands in the hips, come up, inhale. Exhale here, and then from here, keep the legs open. We do the bend, Parivrita Prasarita Padottanasana. Bend the right knee. Parivrita Prasarita Parshvakonasana, sorry. So bend the right knee, left elbow outside the right elbow, and open chest towards the right. You can press palms together, open chest to the right. Yes. Bending right knee. Careful with the knee also. Focus on keeping the outer heel down, ball of the big toe down. A little bit right outer heel down and out to relax the inner knee. Right sitting bone down. And on the left leg, keep the micro bend of the left knee. Focus more on engaging quadriceps and pressing left foot down so that you don't lock your left knee. Inhale, slowly up. Go temple down, exhale, let's go to the left. So again, left outer heel down and out a little bit. Right inner knee moving up towards inner groin. So strong right thigh, right outer heel down. But without locking the right knee, good. Lower sternum up away from the navel. Focusing the work on the midsection of the torso. Lower part of it is moving to the right, upper part is moving to the left. That's where the twist exists, with the abdominal work, deep abdominals and back muscles. Inhale, slowly up, and then exhale. Good. And let's do a little bit back bend. So keep the feet grounded, especially through the heels and balls of the foot. Support your lower back with the palms. More than the lower back is kind of like the palms are resting on the upper gluteus, the thumbs on the lower sacrum. And that way you lengthen lower back. You can press down and forward now with the thumbs and the palms. Then look up at the same time, the chest up. There's two actions. With the hands, you're pressing down and forward. With the chest, you're moving up. Good. Then you can start bending a little bit back. So pelvis moves forward. Keep tilting the pelvis back. And at the same time, inner groins keep moving back. So we keep the extension of the spine. And just go that far that the work is going that direction. But there's extension. Don't go that far that starts going the other way. Either building tension or shortening. Purnaha still there, fully active breathing. Good, inhale. Slowly up. Exhale. Bend forward. If you can't keep the hands on the hips, just mind your elbows, mind your shoulders. Upper arms out. Good. Upper arms out, rotating out, but internally pressing in towards the center line. Nidalamba Uttanasana. Inhale, slowly up, engaging pelvic floor. Exhale, Samasthiti. 10 fingers together, inhale. Exhale, temper jump out. Good. And same thing, but now with the legs wider. So Parshapada Uttanasana. Outer heels down. Even the toes can come in a little bit like pigeon toes, but just slightly. So that the outer edges of the feet are parallel to the outer edges of the mat. And they rotate front thighs in, tailbone down, a little bit supporting that extension of the lower back, chest up. Don't let the chest collapse back and down, but rather up, 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 up. Yes, and as a general rule, we try to keep the face pointing in the direction of the sternum so that we don't hang the neck back. We strengthen neck muscles this way and keep the neck supported, that cervical spine supported. Breathing is still Purnaha. Inner core is still moving back. Good, inhale. Slowly back up. Exhale, bend forward. You can bring the hands down. Tasarita Padottanasana, elbows in. Lean into your inner hand and press forward with the hands. See how that stretches and relaxes the upper back. A little bit the back side of the deltoids also. Keep sending in your arms back. Then inhale, open chest, forward, look up. Exhale, hold. The hands on the hips and come up, inhale. Exhale. Samasthiti. Good. Then inhaling, arms up. Lengthen sides, lengthen spine. Exhale. Uttanasana, bend forward. Halfway up, inhale. And then exhale, step, return back, and then down, Chaturanga. Inhale. Look up. Roll shoulders back. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Lift again. Good. Then from the down dog, inhale. Shoulders on top of the wrists. Exhale, knees down. Come on, all fours. Let's do the Madhyasana, our cat pose. Inhaling, spine up. Yes. We do it as a stitti. So just keep breathing up here. So first inhale to go into the posture, and then we continue breathing in the Madhyasana stitti. Inner hand down, upper arms up. So see how this is more on that, slightly on that side. Like the Chikitsa level is very, very vast, like yoga as a therapy. But this is one of the sides. So see how, if there's a particular, for example, tenderness or injury or something that we're dealing with, and then the entire practice it starts curving towards it, like bending around that, then that's more on the Chikitsa side. So see that Madhyasana, we focus on strengthening, feel that back edge of armpits. You lean on the inner hands to stretch the trapezius as well. And the focus goes on that strengthening part around the joint. Exhale, release. First in center, and then for the Vittalasana, slowly arching the spine. Taking care of the length of the spine, so keeping the lower back long. Yes. Activating the abdominal muscles to keep the front side of the lumbar supported. A little bit the pelvic floor also engaged to keep the lower back long on the, especially on the bottom end of the lower back, close to the sacrum, sternum forward and up. Yes. Inner elbows towards the thumb side wrist, slightly in and down, and observe reflection also on the shoulders. You engage your biceps, pressing down and forward with also the triceps engaging. We support shoulder line. Exhale, release. And then tuck the toes, inhale. You can go to the down dog or do the Ardha Vinyasa there. Off. Taking care of the joints. All palm down. Good. Then from here, step the right foot forward, left knee down. You can do with the left knee down, open right arm up, or Kamatkarasana, you can also lift the left knee, left outer edge of the foot down, but straightening the ankle so that it's not the dorsal side of the left foot that's down, but the outer edge. So keep pushing the left inner foot back, chest open. Yes. And try to bring the weight more on the right foot pressing down and left outer edge. So shifting it away from the left arm. See, when you activate the legs like that, see how that brings the work more on the core as well. When you start releasing the weight of the left arm more into the leg. Good. Right inner knee down, towards inner heel, left inner heel back. Exhale through the down dog. Press front thighs back. And then left foot forward, right knee down. Yes. There. Find that right placing of the right arm, right hand underneath the shoulder if you can, right knee up, right outer edge of the foot down. Gradually left arm out, Samatkarasana. Yes. Left inner knee is pressing down and externally moving slightly in towards the torso, towards the chest. So the left knee is not collapsed out, but more inwards. That makes the core work a little bit more compact. Yes. Push the right inner foot back, flex the right foot and right inner foot back. Yes, straightening the ankle. At the same time that the right front thigh rotates in, the right hip is moving up. And then exhale. Left arm down. And then now vinyasa, either through the Ardha Chaturanga or Chaturanga. Look up. Exhale. Good. And the next inhale, step or jump forward, sit down. Good. Straighten the legs forward, flex the feet. Let's do up Paschimana. So rotate upper arms up. Yes, flex the feet. And then inhaling, arms up. Shoulder blades down. Exhale. Hold the feet. Open chest, inhale. And then exhale. Do the Paschimottanasana gradually. We do a little bit longer sthiti here. Inner heel moving forward. Activate the quadriceps, inner groins down. Once again, this up Paschimana, like in the balancing on the old Utkrama, the balancing sequence, the focus goes towards more that solids, the earth element in the body. The solids, the muscles, the bones. We try to observe that part of the physical body made out of solid structures. Skin, bones, muscles. Okay, and then you try to approach the alignment of the posture through that. Engaging muscles, for example, quadriceps are engaged. Press the hamstrings down. Tilting your pelvis forward. So a little bit upper sacrum in. Lengthen lower back to straighten the spine. That's on the asti, on the bone structure itself. But see how it's all part of that bhusarira, that earth body. That solid body. Inhale, open chest. Exhale and release. And then from there, lay down on the back. And the left hand on the left thigh, right leg up. Call the right big toe. Supta Hasta Parangustasana. Keep your right hip down towards left foot, and then exhale, bend the right leg. Take it as a forward bend, yeah. So you're gonna a little bit lift the chest up, but keep it more as a forward bend more than the abdominal work. There's a little bit of abdominal work, of course, but focus more on the straightness of the spine, the length of the spine, and that forward bending aspect, which is more on the lumbar a little bit. Okay, that work with the long back muscles, with right inner heel up. Left inner heel forward. Both front thighs rotating slightly in near the hip joint. Exhale. Release the right leg down. So Tattarasana first. When you're ready, right hand over the right thigh. Good. Push the heel, right heel forward. You can left leg up and hold the left big toe. Exhale. Supta Hasta Parangustasana. When you start bending towards the left leg, make sure the left hip is moving down towards the right foot. away from the left armpit. You can use a little bit the left biceps also. Pulling left leg in, strengthening that front side of the shoulder as well. Good. Exhale, release. And then from there, either roll to the side, roll straight up. You can also do the chakrasana, but careful with the shoulders there. And then vinyasa. Look up. Exhale. Lift the core. A little bit on the abdominal side. Step or jump forward. Sit down. And then hold outer edges of the feet or big toes, Supavishta Konasana. You can keep the knees slightly bent or slowly work towards straightening them. Yes, for the abdominal work. Stay on the sitting bones so that the work goes to the abdominal region. Upper sacrum in. Yes, upper sacrum in, turn them up. And then don't let the shoulders overstretch. So work with that serratus to pull legs in and shorten a little bit the muscles of the shoulders. You contract on the back edge of the armpit and see how that softens a little bit, relaxes the shoulders. You can also engage the biceps and that relaxes the shoulders on the other side. So by working with the peripheral muscle groups, you can release the tension on the shoulder. Start strengthening around the joint first, then we go into the joint. Good. You can keep the legs up if you can, balance on the sitting bones, and then palms together. Good. Yes, that's the work. Exhaling, cross the shins. And then lift, inhale. Inner hand down. Also in the vinyasa, start pressing upper arms in towards the torso. So that the work goes on the, mainly on that latissimus, on the, basically on the core when you do the vinyasa, not so much the arms. Good. And then inhale forward. It's kind of this action of bringing elbows slightly in and towards the thumb side wrist, which brings the weight a little bit off that upper arms. Okay, so now lay down on the back. Let's do the Jatara Parivartanasana. So legs up, palms to the side. Arms to the side, yes. And then both legs to the right, Jatara Parivartanasana. Flex the feet, good. One side rotate in. Keep the left side shoulder blade down. So whole upper back is on the mat, looking up, open chest. Left side sacrum is off the ground, but you try to, with the abdominals, it's like you're trying to bring it back down while pushing your heels out. Good. Inhale, legs up, take them down. And then exhale, legs to the right, left now. Keep the right shoulder blade down, chest open, flex the feet. Don't forget to flex foot, push heel forward. And then kneecaps up to connect. Legs to the lower back, legs to the lower abs. Left side lower abdominals towards the right side sacrum. Sajala. When you compress left side of the lower abs, it pushes liquids through the body towards the back side, towards the lower back. Inhale, legs up. Then hands down, exhale. Lower the legs down. Yes. And then either of the vinyasa. So the chakrasana, roll to the side or roll up. You can also go through the down dog. Remember that that's always option. The vinyasa can be skipped or done like in the mild version, just to pay more attention to the details. And then we gradually start bringing the momentum and strength again. Inhaling, shoulders on top of the wrist. Exhale all the way down onto the belly. Yes. And then bend the knees, all the outer ankles. Keeping boobies on the mat. Yeah, keeping boobies on the mat. Inhale, open chest. Yes, open chest, look up. A little bit inner knees up. Press the shins or the ankles into the hands. Yes, tailbone down, lower sternum up. Good. Keep the Puranaha. Breathe the sides, relax lower back by engaging the gluteus a little bit, engaging the lower abs. Exhale, knees down. And hands down. Good. Hands next to the chest, elbows in. Inhale. Look up. Exhale. Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Yes. And then knees forward next to the wrist. So let's do the Ustrasana. Stand on the knees, hips on top of the knees. Yeah, support the lower back, just like when we do Anuvittanasana, but now with the knees. So pressing gluteus down and a little bit forward, lower sacrum, chest up at the same time. So outer shins down, inner knees up. Good. Engage the lower abdominals as well. So lower rectus abdominis engaged, lifting the pubis. Good. Tailbone down. Good. Yes. You can hold the heels, keeping the action with the abdominals. Chest up. Purnaha. And then inhaling slowly up. Yes. Take your time. And then down. Vinyasa. Chaturanga. Inhale. Urdhva Mukha. Exhale. Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Downward facing dog, upper arms rotate out. Then from there, inhale. Step your jump forward, sit down. Outer edges of the feet together. Good. Oh, Benjamin is there. You cut a little bit of the end of it. Hare Krishna. For tomorrow, we start 1 hour back. Is that okay, Benjamin? Okay. Yes. All right. Good. Yes. Okay. So Balakonasana now. Balakona. And then we do a little bit twisting here. Symmetric twisting. So right hand behind the back, left hand outside the right knee. Yes. And then twist to the right, open chest, left outer going back and down. Yes, open chest. With the inhalation, try to move the right side of the spine back, which is the more hitting part of the twist. Exhaling, left side of the spine forward. So the awareness moves towards that movement. There's different actions of the physical body, muscular contractions, movements of liquids, engaging of nervous system, but now the focus goes more on that movement itself and breathing. Exhale, release, change. So now left hand behind the back. Now we twist to the left, right hand crosses over. Yes. And twist towards the left side. Right outer going back and down. Yes. So we resist the twist with that the upper body is doing with the lower body. You push your right heel towards the left one, and right outer going back and down. Yes. Stira Vedan on the Paridrishta, we try to keep the breathing long and narrow, as if breathing into a straw, long vertical line. And then exhale, release. But from there, left heel outside the right hip. And then left foot over the Ardha Matsyendrasana. Yes. Twist towards the right again. So right hand behind the back. Left inner knee moving away from the inner groin. Right inner foot down. If you can bring the left arm outside the right side, that's good. But don't compromise on the length of your spine. Okay? Try to keep the spine long. So take that variation that allows you to have the best possible alignment now. That doesn't mean that that's going to be it. There can be progression a little bit deeper with time, but the focus is not even in that and seeing where am I progressing, but on doing the work right now in the moment, that's a little bit more priority. Of course, we also measure that progress. I'll try to focus more right now on the work that is available at this time. Right hip down, away from the right side, lower ribs. Apana. Good. Feeling release. Change sides. Right heel outside the left hip. Left foot over the right knee. Yes. Lengthen sides. Keep the pelvis facing forward so you can look down even. Both assis bones are still facing forward. And then twist with the upper body. Twist with the upper body to the left. You can hug the left shin with the right arm, left arm back. Or you can hold the inner foot. Yes, shoulders down. Shoulders down. Keep pressing your left inner foot down and use that as the kind of leverage to press your left outer groin down. Left outer groin down. Yes. A little right side of the rib cage in, thighs to center. Rahuha. And then synchronizing with the breathing. Inhalation brings the left side of the spine in, so towards the back side of the body, and front side of the torso up. Exhalation, right side of the spine forward towards the front side of the body, and back side of the body down. Inhale, left side back, front side up. Exhale, right side forward, back side down. Exhale, release. Good. And now we do a vinyasa. So cross shins, lift, inhale. Exhale. Chaturanga with elbows in. Rotate upper arms out. Expand front edge of the armpit when you look up. Exhale. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Lift chorus, press front thighs back. Good. A little bit on the side bend now. So inhaling, step or jump forward. Sit down, legs to the side. Good. Open up legs to the sides. Yes, and then we go to the right. So keep the left sitting bone down, keep the left front thigh pressing down, flex the feet, and then side them to the right. Yes. If you need to, you a little bit turn to the left. So not so much that it becomes twist, but right side of the spine forward, left side of the spine back, so that the navel and the chest are still pointing forward. Good, yes. Push inner heels out, away from inner knees, flex the feet. If you maintain that support from the sitting bones, then you can bring the left arm up and gradually start moving a little bit deeper. Yes, side bend. We make it a little bit stronger, that challenge for the side bend. But that means that I can maintain that strong base as well. Pressing left sitting bone down, active way. Left side of the rib cage in, right side of the rib cage expand. Good. Inhaling slowly up. Neutralize there. Press both sitting bones down. Feel that support for the center line with the both sitting bones, and then slowly start side bending to the left. Now the emphasis goes on the right sitting bone. Right sitting bone pressing down. Good. A little bit lower sternum up away from the pubis, but without arching the spine. So make sure that when you lift the lower sternum, also you're bringing floating ribs slightly in from the front to the back, so that there's no arching of the spine. Good. Same thing, if your right sitting bone stays down, and not just down, but presses down, then your right arm can go up and over. Yes. Keeping right upper arm out, away from the ear. Good. Left side of the torso long. Right side of the rib cage inwards towards centers of the torso. Inhale. And back up. Good. And then from there, bend the knee, left knee in. Good. And then you can keep the left hand on the left thigh, or bring the left hand behind the back, Hold your right inner thigh like this, and then side bend to the right. Yes, side bend to the right to the extended leg, gradually. So focus is similarly here on the opposite sitting bone, which is the left one now. Left sitting bone down. And then when your left inner groin move out towards the left inner knee, extend the left inner thigh basically. And with the left outer knee compress to the outer thigh towards the left buttock, left outer groin. Good. Alex, a little bit left side of the rib cage in. Bhagya Sarira on the right side, so expand. Create the space. Now the focus goes on expanding space, contracting space, more than the body parts themselves. See what happens when the space between the points shortens or lengthens. That's the experience we're looking for. Inhale, slowly up, change sides. So now, right heel in, left leg out. Right hand can press down on the thigh, so help your inner knee by rotating front thigh out. If you can do that without the help of the hand, bring the left arm behind your back, left hand on the right hand behind your back, and left hand on the left foot, side and to the left. Merudandha on the left side. So the left side of the spine is moving up and pressing slightly forward. That whole left side of the torso forward. Right side of the torso, right side of the spine itself, started from the spine, is moving back, right side back, and pressing down. See how that's very nice for the left sides of the torso. When the left side of the torso, left side of the spine moves forward and lifts up towards the crown. When the right side of the spine moves back and presses down towards the right sitting bone. It supports that. Bhagya Sarira. Side bend. Good, inhale. Slowly. Up. And now vinyasa. So cross the shins, lift. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhaling, look up. Exhaling, Adho Mukha Svanasa. Lift the groins, press front thighs back. Good. Change the breathing. Now to the Ardha. So physically relax the breathing so you're not controlling anymore the inhales, exhales, just let it be. Energetically, there's expansion of the Madhya Sarira. So that point between lungs and diaphragm. Bring the knees down, forearms down, and we work towards the Shirshasana. Okay? So a couple of options. Let's take it slowly. So back into the inversion work slowly. Keeping crown of the head down, forearms and knees down first. That would be first option. Making sure that the crown of the head, center of it, that's where the weight is a little bit distributed. But most of the weight, about 90% of the weight, goes on the forearms, especially this initial stage and the vinyasa. Second option is to lift the knees up, but again, expand the trapezius, press through the back edge of the armpit into the outer elbows. And that's second option. If you can, one leg up and hold. You can change after a while, or if you can press up, yes. Put it as your shot. So all of those basics are also relevant every now and then to revisit, to make sure that when you're in actual Shirshasana, you're not compromised. So keep pressing through the outer elbows. Good. Benjamin inner heels up and back side of the thighs rotate out. Slightly chin in, but careful. When you do the chin in action, make sure the neck itself is long. So press with the forearms so that the vertebrae on the cervical spine, they're not compressing against each other when you do movement. So they're supported. Good. Send your tailbone towards the inner heels. Sajala. From the outer groins to the inner knees. Send liquids in. That should rotate your front thigh in. Good. Alex, back edge of the armpit towards the outer elbows. Engage the serratus. Good. You can feet together, heels towards the perineum. Baddha-Konasana Shirshasana. Just for a few breaths. Floating ribs in. Don't let the spine arch, don't let the neck collapse. Keep the support with the forearms. Good. Inhale, straighten legs. Flex the feet, push heels up. Outer elbows down, stabilized. Relax the breathing. And then on your own time, with control, try to come down slowly. Relax the head, down, forehead on the mat, sitting bones on the heels, Balasana. And then inhale, roll up. And then Vinyasa, Chaturanga. Roll shoulders back, sternum forward. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, step or jump forward, sit down. Let's do the Sarvangasana. So lay down on the back. First option would be just to lift the legs up, shake them down, support the backside of the legs. Second, Viparita Karani, roll on your shoulders, backside of the shoulders, and support the lower back. From there, can lift legs up, keeping the hips and the shoulders at an angle. Okay, and then if you can maintain the weight on the backside of the shoulders, on the elbows, and off the neck, then you can go into the Salamba Sarvangasana, shoulders then, without dropping weight on the neck at all. Neck is free from weight. Good. Back of the thighs rotating out, inner heels up. Good. And from there, exhale, lower the legs down behind your head. If the toes are touching the ground, you can interlace fingers. Otherwise, just support the lower back first. Okay, if the toes are not touching ground. And we try to straighten the spine, but first by giving it the space. Upper side come in by lifting inner thighs up first. Inner thighs towards the ceiling, then upper side come in, straightening the spine. Exhale, bend the knees next to the ears, Karma Pidasana. Relax the lower back, but engage the lower abs. Lower abdominals are supporting the lumbar spine, so don't collapse the lower back, but rather engage lower abs to lengthen the front side of the lumbar spine. Good. Tuck the toes, inhale back to the Halasana. Then palms down, start rolling your spine down, gradually, vertebra by vertebra. Good. Take your time there. Careful with the cervical spine also in these ones. Try to create the support through the peripherals. Now hands underneath the buttocks. Outer elbows down. And then press with the outer elbows to lift. Chest up, look at the toes. And then slight arch. Matsyasana. Good. Keep using elbows to lift the sternum up. There's nadis connecting the two. Outer elbow and center sternum. So find that support. Good. Flex the feet, inner foot forward a little bit. Purnaha, breathe to the sides. And then inhale. Lift head up, look towards the toes. Exhale, release. We'll bring the knees to the forehead. And forehead to the knees. Apanasana. Try to keep your sacrum down at the same time that you do this. Yeah. And then from there, let's do Vinyasa. So roll up, inhale. Exhale. Chaturanga. Inhale, roll shoulders back, yes. Inner heels back, exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. And then a little bit of the Kanta Krama, so knees down first. Crown of the head down. Keep your hands on the ground also. So hands down, knees down, crown of the head down. From here, roll the backside of your head just a little bit. Careful with the cervical spine, it's just mild. Most of the weight is still on your knees and hands as support. You roll a little bit back. Gentle stretch on the backside of the neck. Keep the front side long. Elbow slightly in and pressing through the inner hand. Good. Exhaling now to the other side. Now forehead down. And try to, careful with nose, but flatten a little bit neck down and front side neck up, back side neck down. And then crown of the head down. From there, roll towards the right side, the right temple down. You can bring the right forearm on the ground, left inner hand down. Make sure that the weight's still on the knees, rotate left upper arm out, just a little bit stretch for the right side. Good, crown of the head down, and then other side. Left temple down, left forearm down, rotate right upper arm out. Lengthening back, right side of the neck down towards the shoulder blade, left side of the neck up towards the ear. Good, back to the center, inhale, come up. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, open chest, look up, keep elbows in. Exhale, good, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Lift the ground, keep inner hand down. Good. And then let's do a little bit of Vedana and Kriya. So step or jump forward, sit down. Bring the left heel in first, right heel in front. You can, take that swastika. And then take the pretty mudra first. So thumb and ring finger together. Thumb and the ring finger together. Tips of the thumb, tip of the ring finger together. Passive breathing first. And then compress the facial muscles towards the center. Squeeze the facial muscles. And a little bit bring the chin down towards the pit of the throat. Ha Mukha Kriya. Then release. And look up now. Tajalandhara, so lengthen the neck up. And now expand the facial muscles away from the nose away from the face. So nose is pushing up, face is expanding away, but without contracting, for example, the forehead. So don't squeeze the muscles, rather than pull them back, like you were pulling from the backside of the skull. Pull the facial muscles away from the nose. Yes, lengthen backside of the neck. And release. But now a little bit more subtle one. First, relax facial muscles, and gradually you try to pull the facial muscles towards the skull, kind of like you're tightening the skin onto your skull. Mukha, Ha Mukha Pira Kriya. You're tightening or pressing skin towards the skull. Skull pushing towards the skin as well. Release. And now other way around. You try to loosen the skin off of the skull, kind of like melting off the skin of the face away from the skull, and skull a little bit away from the skin of the face. Good. And then a little bit with the eyes. So first, press the eyes, just the eyes. So relax the facial muscles except for the around the eyes, eyelids a little bit, forehead muscles. So squeeze the eyes, sides to center, up and down towards the center, so that the eyes become a little bit wet. So compress them in that way that they become a little bit wet, moist. And then slowly open eyes, stretch a little bit eyes. so that the eyes dry a little bit, but more than from the lack of blinking, for the stretching, to stretch a little bit the eyeball so the moisture is dissipating. And then release. And now a little bit Akshavriti. Inhale, look up. Exhale, hold. And inhale, look towards the right side without looking, without turning the head, just the eyes to the right. And inhale, look down towards the nose, the base of the nose. And this inhale, look towards the left. Exhale, hold. Inhale, look up, between the eyebrows again. Hold with the exhale. Inhale, look to the left again. We go back same way. Inhale, look towards down, towards the nose. Inhale, look to the right. Exhale, hold. And then inhale, look back up. Exhale, release. Then rub the palms together, create a little bit of heat between your palms. Tapamana aksha. So especially on the pinky side of the palm. And then bring that heat towards the eyes gently, softly, so that it relaxes the eyeball. See that how that heat is relaxing the nervous system, especially with the eyes. And then release. Now take the Vedana Mudra, palm across the second phalange of the index. Passive breathing. And then we do some Alambana Vedana. Let's do the Paridrishto. Paridrishto Samanya, Samanya Vedana. Samanya Vedana is that rectangle shape breathing. So it's not about imagining or visualizing no shape, but it's about sculpting the air as it's moving inside. So by creating a shape for the breathing, we are affecting the volume. So this rectangle shape, try to feel the breathing coming in that flat way. So there's no fluctuations. When you start inhaling, it's the same amount of air coming in all throughout the inhale. Before it starts fading out, you stop and then you start exhaling. And then same thing with the exhale. Same amount of air going out all throughout the exhale. And then before it starts fading out, again, inhale. And there's no fade into the inhale. It starts right away at that same volume. It's naturally shorter, but if you start controlling it, you can lengthen it a little bit. Generally, we use this Samanya Vedana for the up krama or seated sequence. Of course, that changes as we progress in the practice. But just generally, you can always do that Samanya Vedana on the seated sequence. Then let's do the Visaya Vedana or the muscle shape breathing. It's kind of like this diamond shape, or moving from the minimum to the maximum, back to the minimum. That's the progression of the inhalation. So we start from the minimum, peak of the volume is at the center, about the midway through, and then the end of the inhale goes back to the minimum. So like a muscle shape, thin at the extremes and thick on the center. And exhalation is same way. Minimum, maximum, minimum. And then release. Last, we do, so the Vishavana usually for the Utkrama standing sequence. Now we do the Stira Vedana. So third Paridrishta today is that Stira Vedana. Similar to the Samaniya, meaning that the volume doesn't change throughout the whole breath. But now we try to stretch it out like a long vertical line, like you were breathing into a straw. Very thin, very long breathing. To see how far you can extend the breath, like long and narrow, without losing it, and without changing the volume. Constant volume. And then release. Back to the Purnata, passive breathing. And then we do finishing mantra first. Anjali Mudra. Om Jaya Swastyastu Vishvashakala Prasidatam Yayantu Bhutani Shivametorya Anasavadram Bhajatare Rukshaje Aveshatam No Matirapyahaituki Om. Good. Let's take the short Shavasana. So lay down on the back. Relax the toes out to the sides, palms facing up. And adjust your posture first few moments. Find that posture that you can maintain, that you can keep steady. Good. If you need a longer Shavasana, you can always stay there.
Otherwise, you can start going back to the surface. Notice also when you come back whether you were in that state. So we try to always practice that traditional of staying in between the state of wakefulness and dreaming state, or neither level. But stretch the body gradually. If you're coming up, rock the back a couple times.
Good. Okay, Haribo, nice to see you, Benjamin. Nice to see you again. Thank you. And yeah, so we see each other tomorrow. We try to get back on that routine practice, and we try to see if we can move forward with the whole practice stuff. You know, gradually moving a little bit further and further. So to build it more like as a like as a study, like as a proper like study, like education system. So gradually we get there. Okay, but it's nice to be back, on the mat with you, and look forward to be practicing with you this next few weeks. Okay. Haribol, Hare Krishna. Thank you, Benjamin.